Last one. Forget the odds. Just life on the line, salary on the line, whatever. Who wins the national championship?
Texas.
Okay. Well, I haven't been high on them, but I was just thinking like they are kind of flying under the radar for especially for Texas, where it's like, man, we don't really talk about them. I think the Georgia game leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. So look, anybody's this is not a typical year, obviously, because we have the 12 team playoff as opposed to the four. But man, there is no 2019 LSU or 2022 Georgia or 2020 Bama. It's just these teams are all good. Even last year, I just think the talent is starting to really spread out, thin out here with this NIL and the portal and all that.
Yeah. And it's like it's tough. I had to pick one. I wish I didn't have to, but I'll pick Texas. And I just see too many offensive line problems with Ohio State. I had Ohio State top of my power ratings until I saw them just get bowled around a little bit on the trenches against Michigan. And Howard made some bad throws, and nobody's impervious, man. It wouldn't shock me if Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, or Alabama or Georgia wins it, man. Those are the five teams that I think are going to win it. And sorry, Arizona State, I love you. Sorry, Indiana. Just make the playoffs. And that's what we wanted in the beginning of the season, like we discussed. And sometimes we make these bets, Will. It's not that you really believe that they're better than a lot of teams, but you look at the schedule, you look at the situation. I knew the Big Ten was bad except for a bunch of teams, and I know Indiana only played one of them, right? And you say, well, they can get in. It's like a perfect situation that Indiana doesn't have to play the conference championship because they don't have to get another loss now, right? And that's why, these bets are wide open to make. And it was such a great call with SMU. The good news is that SMU, I think, is in either way, even with the loss. But Indiana's in because they don't even have to play in the Big Ten championship.